All right, everybody. College game day, they had a question, a trivia question. What college football team has not allowed an opponent to score a touchdown so far in the 2025 season? Do you know who it is? Well, let's find out right after this. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Just Justin. I am Justin. And yes, today I'm going to be doing a BYU review of the BYU and East Carolina Pirates game out there in North Carolina. But first, let's go ahead and answer that question for you about the only team in college football that has not allowed an opponent to score a touchdown. Well, that is BYU. Yes, the Brigham Young University Cougars. Yes, their defense has held Portland State to 0 points and Stanford to 3 points. Okay, so will that hold up in this East Carolina game? I don't know. Let's talk about the game. Okay, all right. So the game started off a little slow. All right, I was hoping BYU would have just shut out East Carolina, but they didn't. East Carolina scored 2 field goals. Okay, 2 field goals. And, it was a pretty slow game until about the second quarter. BYU scored 10 points, It was 13-3 at halftime. So it was kind of a slow game. Yes, BYU had intercepted the ball 3 times. One of them was nullified because of a holding penalty on the defense. And the second one was intercepted on the goal line as East Carolina was about to score their first touchdown. The first touchdown against BYU. E. Johnson, he stepped in front of the ball, intercepted it at the goal line, and ran to the 11-yard line. All right, so E. Johnson, good job. You prevented a touchdown. All right, then a little bit later, E. Johnson intercepted the ball again, and it was a pick 6. Granted, it was only 4 yards to the end zone, but he still intercepted it twice during that game. So, so kudos to E. Johnson for scoring a touchdown on the defense, and for intercepting it to prevent East Carolina from going in and scoring. All right, so the question is, did BYU hold East Carolina to just field goals? No, they did not. 11 quarters went by. Okay. Then East Carolina's quarterback, he went in and he did a rushing touchdown. So that kind of ended that streak right there. But BYU did a good job. 11 quarters without an opponent scoring a touchdown. That is really super good. Okay. So Bachmeier, first play of the game, he threw a bomb out there to Kingston, and Kingston caught it, but he was out of bounds. Just a little bit more, like a foot to the right, foot to the right, and Kingston would have caught it, and that'd been a great play. So they did take my thoughts into practice. Thanks, A-Rod. No, they probably didn't even listen to my thoughts on this game, but it's all right. So let's break down some of the key highlights. I got to bring my notes up because, I can't remember everything. Okay, so, I'm outside. I'm emptying the cold pot out because it's all dirty and stuff like that. I was supposed to do it on Thursday or Friday, but today's Sunday. As long as it's done before my family gets back from Lake Powell, I guess it's okay, right? All right. So some of the key highlights here. I got my trusty notes right here. Bachmeier, he just graduated high school last year. He's played at Lavelle Edwards Stadium, and that holds about 65,000 people. But this is his first road trip in his college career. And he went over there to East Carolina, and there was like 50,000 fans. And did that bother him? No, I don't think it did. Let me take off my glasses so I can see here. All right, so he had 8 touchdowns so far in the year. 4 rushing and 4 passing. But in this game, he actually ran it for a rushing touchdown. I think it was a 16-yard touchdown. And he was just like powering down there and doing it. He had some great throws earlier on, across the middle. He was confident. He was not like a scared little freshman. He was pretty confident over there playing his first road game. I mean, LJ Martin had some great runs. I mean, LJ Martin's an excellent running back, and he has some great runs. I mean, we have a great running back crew. I think one of the best. Okay, I'm biased because, of course, I like BYU. Okay? And then it is hot out here. All right, and then the BYU defense, they kind of struggled a little bit. They let East Carolina gain yardage. I mean, yes, they did only hold them to 6 points until that touchdown by the quarterback. But they did have some good sacks. They did have those 2 interceptions. So that is pretty good. BYU's defense, yeah, they probably can do a little bit better, but I'm not complaining at all. All right, so we're going to take a look at the stats right now for the BYU and ECU. They call it ECU. I call it ECP, East Carolina Pirates. Okay? All right, so the stats of the game are as follows. BYU had 60 total plays. ECU had 77. Yards were 418 yards for BYU and 404 for East Carolina. Average was 7.0 for BYU and 5.3 for ECU. Passing was 246 for BYU and 285 for ECU. Rushing yards was 172 for BYU to 119 for ECU. First downs was 20 for BYU and 24 for ECU. Third down efficiency was 7 for 14, so 50% for BYU, and 9 for 15 for ECU. Fumbles lost, 0-0. Now, there was one fumble by Bachmeier, but the ground caused that fumble, so that didn't really count. So, interceptions thrown, BYU 0, ECU 2. Penalties, 10 for BYU, 11 for ECW. ECU. Now, the penalty yards is 101 for BYU and 76 for ECU. Now, the total time of possession was 31 minutes and 39 seconds and 28 minutes and 21 seconds, okay? So, yeah, those stats are pretty good. I mean, they did beat BYU on the passing yardage, which, BYU is usually known as the passing university, the quarterback university. Not cornerback, but the quarterback university. All right, because that's what we do. That's what BYU is famous for, is for passing. And I kind of mentioned that to you in my East Carolina thought video I did on Friday. I'll put it right there. And I said that we need to get back to the basics. Throw the ball more. Yes, we do have excellent running backs, but throw the ball a little bit more. I think it'll be good. But it was a good game. Traveling back there to North Carolina, Greensville. I didn't travel, but BYU did. They did a really good job. I mean, Bear, for being his first true road game of his freshman year of his college but his college career, it was pretty good. He did very good under pressure. He wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. No, he was calm and collective, and he showed the defense how he can run, which is good. He needs to do that. All right, so yeah, that was a pretty good game. It was 7:30 game Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. So it wasn't too late or anything like that. I think BYU, yeah, they're 3-0 so far on the season. Conference play starts next week, and BYU travels to Colorado Buffaloes over there in Boulder. So this will be the second road game for Bear and the BYU Cougars. So hopefully Bear will sit down, relax, and do what he does best, okay? And lead BYU to a victory. It's all about the quarterback, right? They always lead the team to victories, even though it could be the defense or the running backs. But yeah, so yeah, East Carolina game, it was a good game. BYU came out, the victors, it was a 34-13 victory. And yeah, it was a good game. And I thought BYU would be a little bit better in the red zone. They do have a problem with that, with scoring in the red zone, but something they have to improve on because the games are only going to get tougher here on out. All right. So, yep, that is my review for the East Carolina BYU game. September the 20th of 2025. That was played yesterday. Today's the 21st, obviously. Okay, so good job for the Cougars for bringing home a victory. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and hit subscribe. This is a no niche channel, and I do random things like I'm covering BYU football, and I used to do a carnivore diet. I should get back on that, but depression kind of screws that over. I talked about my health in the beginning of this, which the carnivore diet would probably help my health. But once again, the depression, I haven't had a job for 15 months. So yeah, it's hard out there. So yeah, if you like just me doing random things, BYU football, carnivore, I'm going to try to do some more random videos. I'm just having fun. And if you want to come and have fun with me, subscribe to the channel. Let's get over 100, all right? We're so close. And then, hit that bell notifications so you'll be notified anytime I upload some random things. All right, until the next video, I will see you later. All right, bye. Oh, yeah, go BYU. I think it's empty now. All right, thanks for watching, guys. BYU football and other videos here on Just Justin. Subscribe and watch that other video.